because this is how we can afford to travel months at a time. I created a free mini course called Learn to Unlearn. Why unlearning? Because I believe it's the first step to find what you truly desire. Unbuild and question everything you have been taught to finally find what you believe and love. Unbuild and start building a life full of possibilities and feel excited about your future. Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Noemi. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been following for a few moments, welcome back. Today I really wanted to make this video very short, but talking about something that I'm so obsessed about right now, and it's the idea of freedom, this lifestyle I'm building for myself. And something I unlearned is that I don't need a home base. I think, again, in the society we live in, I think we are being taught that by the age, I'm 25, so maybe by the time of 26, 27, 30 years old, you need to have a home base to own a house, or at least to have some kind of home base. And I don't think it's true. At least for me, this is not my goal. And maybe one day I'll like to buy something for myself, my husband, but it will be maybe something more like a tiny house, or a tiny house and a van that we have converted to travel sometimes. It will be more this kind of home base. And for sure, I have a home base in my heart, where I'm from, where my family is, where my friends are. This is always going to be my home base. But what I mean is having a physical home, like a house or an apartment, or something that I own, that I need to pay every month, and that I have a loan or a debt for that. I'm not interested. I really want to be, at least for the years to come and right now, traveling, and not traveling like traveling all the time, changing places all the time. More like, as we like to do with my partner, my husband. Yes, I'm married. uh, that we like to be in a place for a certain amount of time, but not being tied physically to this place. So right now we're in Vancouver. In July it will be 10 months that we're here, and after we're moving somewhere else, back to see my family. Yeah, so we are not tied here. We pay rent every month, but we are paying on a monthly basis. So if we decide to move, we can. We just have to advise someone before. We don't have a mortgage to pay. That's mainly the obligation we have, is to pay every month, but we are not tied to this place. And what I wanted to say is that that's more the kind of lifestyle we want. If we decide we want to move to another place, we can. If there's an event, if we just feel like moving, we can. And that's how we want to like to travel, because we like to be in a place to experience the culture of a new place, to experience the town, the place, not as a, yeah, sometimes doing touristy stuff, but mainly living as a local, working, doing groceries, doing local stuff. And I feel right now, being in Vancouver for that long, I feel I know it more than just if I had passed 1 week, you know? And that's really how we like to travel, slowly experiencing one place and then moving on to another place. And that's a big thing. I wanted to tell you that if you want a house and that's your goal, perfect for you. It's just not what I prefer. And if you would like to be more freedom lifestyle like me, if I can say it like this, just know that it's possible, that I'm doing it. And before, I was just like you. I didn't think it was possible because it will be too expensive, right? But the one thing I learned, and one tip I can tell you, is that traveling is a lifestyle for me. It's not having a house at home base and traveling to a place and moving, just go back to this place. My husband and I, when we're living in Vancouver, we're in Vancouver, but when we move, we just leave Vancouver. We don't have a house back here and here. We don't have anything. We just live with our backpacks and see you another time, Vancouver. So we could maybe at some point, but it's just so expensive to be paying a house somewhere. First, having a house is expensive, but then if you want to travel somewhere else, you're paying rent or accommodation in two places. And traveling, the most expense you're gonna and the biggest thing you have to pay when you travel is accommodation and rent. So if you're paying at two places, for sure it's becoming very expensive. Like, I have many people telling me that how can you afford to travel? Like, or we wanted to go to Yellowknife up north, and some people told me, so you're gonna come back, right? In Vancouver, you have your place and you're just traveling there. No. When we are moving, we are moving. We bring everything with us and we just go there, and then we go somewhere else. Some places we're gonna stay longer and work. Some places just really pass and travel for a few months, because this is how we can afford to travel months at a time. Because if we had a house to pay back in Quebec, for example, and if we've been tied to a job, first, we will not have the money, and second, we will not have the time. So now we have more money to travel and we have more time. I really don't like the idea to just have 2 weeks off in the year and being tied to a place that if I want to go to this retreat, that's happening right now. If my friends invite me to a trip, I can decide to go. I have this freedom, And yeah, it's sacrifices for some other stuff. It's just not like, I know sometimes it's gonna be hard, but that's my choice, because I rather have this kind of lifestyle than being tied to a place and not feeling free to move whenever I want. And yeah, so really the fact that we don't pay rent two places, and that we can decide when we travel and how long we travel. To some people, it sounds crazy to say that, oh yeah, in winter we're gonna be traveling for 3 months or 4 months. But for us, 3-4 months is not a lot, because actually we're traveling, but that's our life. It's like we're moving. It's really being more like a nomad. A nomad of 2020. And I just love it, at least for now. I'm not saying I'm gonna live like this forever, but for now that's what works for us. And yeah, it's really that I unlearned that I didn't need a home base. That because before, I think in high school at least, I was thinking I wanted a house and I wanted a job that makes a lot of money to pay this house and stuff. But then I realized that no, I really like to travel, and that's the lifestyle I want. So yeah, it's just my preference, and whatever works for you, work for you. I just want to tell you that because maybe you're like me, you thought it was not possible to travel full time, but it is. I'm living it. I mean, I'm proof it's possible. And the rent here in Vancouver is expensive. It's very expensive, but we found ways to make it work. And yeah, I just love it, having this freedom to go wherever I want when I want. I really don't like this idea that I will be offered this experience, this trip, this travel, and I will need to say no because no, I don't have weeks off. I cannot take vacations from my job. Or no, I don't have the money because I need to pay my mortgage here. I cannot pay 3 months accommodation in another country. I hope it makes sense for you. Ask me questions if you want in the comments. But yeah, my main message is that this is the lifestyle I chose. And if you would like a lifestyle like this, it's totally possible. You just have to unlearn some stuff. Yeah, society shows us that to be happy, we need this and this and this and a house. And if you don't have it by 30 years old, you're not successful. That's wrong. You have to make your own definition of success, what makes you happy, and just know that you can always change your mind. So yeah, just do what works for you, and I really invite you to at least try. If you're curious and you've been feeling this desire to travel, well, try and you will see if it works for you. I didn't decide this like in 1 second. I traveled before and I know how I feel, and by experiencing and exploring new ways of living, I found what works best for me, at least for the moment. So thanks for listening, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.